Well, welcome to this edition of In Your Backyard. And today, on this nice warm day, we're out here in front of, well, I'm out here in front of Timnath Middle School.
And I'm out in front of Timnath High School.
Huh. So this school just opened up in the fall of 2022, well needed over here.
Absolutely, tons of growth in this area. Lots of development both to the south, east, and north. The west was already pretty developed as it was. So lots of new construction over here, lots of new kids, families moving in. Definitely a big needed school here. And it's a huge school too.
It is, it's absolutely gigantic. And the sports facilities look amazing. One thing that's really interesting about this school is that they have a futures lab here. So let me tell you a little bit about what that is. So there is actually a basement under this school that is lead lined and completely dedicated to a time travel device. They've perfected it and they have moved into the future where there are no humans. So they come into the past and they call it their Futures Lab.
And I think that same area has a direct tunnel to DIA.
It does,
too,
it does,
so.
to the bunkers under DIA, where the actual shadow government is currently in effect. So very interesting.
Well, that's not true. What is true is that they do have the Futures Lab here at Timnath High School. They have these advanced opportunities for education here.
When I was in high school, we did that at Front Range Community College. So we'd go there, we'd take courses, they were college level courses, we'd get credits and so forth, and we'd spend half a day there. So now they've incorporated that over here.
Yeah, it's great. You know, if you go to Timnath High School, you don't have to go anywhere else.
So their Futures Lab has some really interesting programs. They have advanced manufacturing, aviation. Aviation, do you think that's doing pilot licensing, or do you think that's...
I'm not sure. I mean, whether that's pilot licensing, part of the drone program. Obviously, there's a huge pilot shortage that you're hearing talk about in the aviation industry. The neat thing is, you know, with Fort Collins Loveland Airport so close by, there's potentially a chance for some hands-on experience there. Huh,
yeah, that would be really cool. What else have they got? They have business and innovation, they have construction, culinary, and hospitality. I hope that sounds like a delicious class and very comfortable. A comfortable, delicious class.
That would be good.
That would be good. We also have early childhood education, information technologies, multimedia arts, and natural resources management.
The other thing is that something that is neat about these programs is look at where it ties into not only the future, but also here in Northern Colorado, right? You talked about early childhood education and development, right? UNC is nationally known for their teachers program. In terms of the environmental stuff, CSU is world renowned for that as well. And then the aviation piece, there's a huge need for that in the future. So I think a lot of really forward-thinking ideas and programs that they're offering here.
The multimedia arts, that's interesting. Advanced engineering, what was that? Advanced manufacturing? Advanced manufacturing. That sounded very interesting as well. They just 3D print entire buildings now, so I'm sure that's what that's all about. So the school is currently open with grades 6 through 10, and in 2024-25, they'll be adding 11 and 12 as it kind of moves up. And the stadium's pretty amazing. Yeah,
so the nice thing about this school is they built a really nice large stadium here. This is the second district stadium for Poudre School District. So the first one being French Field, and then this one's going to be able to host varsity level sports activities at it as well. So definitely really needed with how much growth we've seen in the Poudre School District. It'll be a great addition here. You're going to have various schools be able to play both at French Field and also here at Timnath. So really needed, great sports programs, really nice stadium.
Excellent.
Nathan, some really cool facts about Timnath School District here, right? So their elementary school here in Timnath has been open for 115 years.
Wow.
They used to have a middle school and a high school. Those closed, they bust those into schools further into Fort Collins for a little bit. And then now they've reopened this.
Yeah, they used to have a high school back in before 1960.
Wow.
And then they decided to bust those back over into I think it was Fort Collins High at that time, just because there wasn't enough kids, enough growth out here in order to maintain that. But there certainly is now. So it's a great addition to the area, well needed. You know, the school districts were really getting stressed on this side, so it's great to see it now open and serving the community. Fantastic amenities and so forth on the school, and a great level of education over here.
Yeah. Fun fact here about the Timnath Middle High School. For the high school girls, first year these guys were open, the girls basketball team made it to the state playoffs.
Wow, congratulations. And the Cubs are their mascot. Awesome. So congratulations to the girls basketball team. That's pretty awesome.
Go Cubs.
All right, let's go up to Wellington and check out that middle school.
Let's do it.
All right. Dang, Brandon. Well, are we still in Timnath?
Believe it or not, we are not. We've come up to Wellington where we were able to find the exact same school.
It is a clone of the last one. Oh look, it does say Wellington. So there are a few differences, and it's the Wellington Eagles and not the Timnath Cubs.
Also, the parking lot here is painted with staff and visitor designations, which I did not notice in the Timnath one.
Otherwise, it's pretty much the exact same school, saving some money with the architect.
Exactly. Your tax dollars being saved through the district by using the exact same floor plan and finishes here. So,
well, at least there's some differences. This school opened up to students in the fall of 2022, just like the Timnath school. However, they will be adding the next 2 grades over 2024 and 2025, just like Timnath. So, what are our differences?
One are the Eagles, one are the Cubs.
Got it. Besides that, it's a well-needed addition to this area up here. There's a lot of growth, obviously, up here in Wellington, just like there has been in Timnath.
Yep.
So there are a lot less busing students around the district, but well-needed. No futures lab in this school, though.
No, it is a nice campus in all seriousness, though. They do have some athletic fields to each side, and it's definitely was needed for the amount of growth that Wellington is seeing up here.
Yeah, and if you haven't been up to Wellington in a while, there is growth on every side of it.
Well, and it was kind of neat just even coming in here down on Main Street, seeing some of the neat shops that are right there as well too. So definitely a booming area, certainly needed. All right, fun fact here about Wellington schools since the beginning.
Oh yes.
Their colors for the schools have always been the same, kind of that reddish, maroon, gray and silver color.
Same as Blevins. Anyway, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt your fun fact.
Nope, let's bring it back to Wellington here.
Yes, let's do that.
So they had a high school from 1926 to 1964, almost a 40-year run. When that school closed, they began to bus kids down to Poudre High School.
Now they've had a junior high up here, or a middle school for a long time.
Yep, they then changed that into Eystone School. And then, you know, after about 60 years of growth, they decided it was time for another high school to come back up here.
So I know, Brandon, we're probably going to get blamed for just shooting this all in one location and calling it two with a little photoshopping. However, you will notice that from this angle, there's actually a dirt hill behind me.
Yep.
Rather than a road. So we are actually in Wellington. And the orientation of the building staying the same actually is kind of logical, because I'm sure that they designed it to capture a lot of the sun from this side, from the south side here. Of course, we wouldn't want to flip it around and change that.
No.
And if you ever had a student that was transferring up to this school from the Timnath school, they would know where everything actually was.
Yeah, the only difference would be the kids' names and the teachers' names.
That's true, that's true. So there's some real convenience to building all the schools as clones.
Yeah, helps kids feel at home.
It's very true, it's very true. It is nice to have this kind of potential up here as well for education, just based on when you're busing kids a long way and so forth. It became kind of a drain on, well, we'd like to get our kids a little closer to the school, so Fort Collins, since that's where a lot of the schools were, was much more popular. So this will definitely drive a little bit more growth up in this area, and it is well needed.
Yeah, absolutely. Poudre School District has done a great job now in seeing the need and where the growth is and planning for the future.
Yeah, and they must have started the planning for this quite a few years ago in order to pull this off by now, and it's very timely. We probably had some of the largest influx of people over the last 5-6 years, so it was well planned.
Yep. So we also recently just learned while we were up here that this land was previously farmed and owned by the Bridges.
Oh, yes.
And a neat thing that they did is they had named the library after the late wife of the owner of this property. So it was a neat story and some very cool history, and a great way of honoring her memory with the library up here.
Yeah.
Here we are, early 2023.
March, yes, and a nice
March
blistery day.
Yep, a little chilly. Some of the real estate facts about each area. So Wellington.
Yep. So up here in Wellington, agricultural community, you have house prices that are a little bit more reasonable over Fort Collins, over Timnath. You're going to see days on market up here probably in the 60s to maybe 70s right now, which is a huge change from the 4 days on market that we've had in previous years, but the market's balancing out. Yeah, some new growth, some new subdivisions and so forth. And then we have Timnath.
Yeah, so we have a listing up here right now. When we ran that numbers, 67 days on market is what Wellington was. Both here and Timnath, we're starting to see quite a bit of new construction. And also up here in the Wellington area, we're starting to see some price cuts for houses from both resale and also the builders up here as well too.
Right, and some of the different comparisons, you're looking at probably average sales price up here is about 400, maybe 430, whereas Timnath is probably pushing 700 right now.
Yeah, there's definitely some higher end, more expensive houses down in Timnath. We also have the Harmony Country Club down there,
right,
and that's kind of swaying some of those price points when you have $2 million and up houses for sale in there.
Very true. Both markets are a fantastic convenience to some of the shopping and so forth in either area. So yeah, we'll be glad to provide you more information on each community and find a good home up here.
Yeah, we've been able to successfully serve clients both in Wellington and Timnath, so both very knowledgeable with the areas there. Reach out to us if you'd like to see any houses or if you're considering listing yours.
Those are the differences between the two schools, and it's great to see some good growth and potential up here for education in the different areas of growth in Northern Colorado.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.